Hello class, welcome to Deliverable 1 of your final project. So in the final project we're going to be setting up Ubuntu server and an Apache web server hosting a simple website in it. We're going to do everything inside a virtual machine and we are going to document the entire process. The project is divided into 4 to 3 deliverables depending on how the semester goes. So the first deliverable is the easiest of them all, but is the one that in my opinion takes the most amount of time because you have to read a lot. So, what is the requirement? A server, an Ubuntu server, and we're gonna do it inside VirtualBox. So you need to create a second virtual machine and install Ubuntu server in it. For Deliverable 1, what I want you to do is go to this tutorial. This is from DigitalOcean. The tutorial is on doing this project in a virtual private server on the cloud, but we're not going to be using that. We're going to be doing it locally because we want to do it, in an environment we can completely play around with. So read this entire tutorial from head to top. Some of the things in this tutorial do not apply to us because we're not working on the cloud, but for the most part everything here is one-to-one with what we want to do. So I want you to read it. Just read, and read. Then once you're done reading this tutorial, and as you read, write down the things that you don't understand. When you're done reading this, and by the way, this is the same project that I do every semester, so the older video is over here. It is more detailed as I do the markdown file in that video, and I will not be doing that in this video. So if you need some help with markdown, you might as well watch the older video as none of the questions changed. But this is the newer video, it's shorter and it's less detailed because I don't think we need that much information here either. Now, if you want an example on how this document should look like, I suggest you go here to the example repository that we have, where I have shown you the markdown document and how it looks in GitHub. Now, notice that I'm using placeholder text for all the questions because I don't want to give you the answers. It wouldn't be fair to give you the answers because I have to grade you on something. If you want to see the markdown for this document, you click on raw over here and it shows you the markdown and how I formatted everything. Now, let's go back to the description right over here. Now, this is what you need to do. Create a markdown file and copy these questions there. Then you're going to answer the questions there. Now, for all the concepts that you don't understand, you will create a new section saying concepts that I don't understand or other things that I need to do, and that's it. I want to show you how the PDF file looks like. So let's go back to the repository and let's open Final Project and Deliverable1.pdf. So notice that we have basic terminology as a heading 2, then what is a web server, what is Apache, then examples of web server applications. I built a table over here with a couple of examples, their license and the project website. You're welcome to do this in a bulleted list if you want to, but I think that a table looks better. Whether you do a bulleted list, a number list, or a table, I'm okay with that. Just make sure that you include the application name, the license, and the project's website. The previous semester, I asked the students to create a short paragraph and a description and add a picture. If you want to do it that way, that's fine. I'm okay if you even want to exclude the table on its own, but you need to give me the name of the server, a picture of the logo of the particular application, and then a little description of the application. Whichever of the two you choose is fine. This document is mostly a general guidance on what I am looking for. So if you get close to this or you do something exactly like this, you will be fine. I'm mostly gonna grade you on whether you included the information that I'm looking for or not. Try to be clean in your formatting. Try to write something that looks decent. You don't need to be perfect, just make it look decent because otherwise you will lose points for not organizing your content correctly. Now, see, I have the question, what is a virtual machine? What is Ubuntu server? And I included a little logo over here. Then what is a firewall, what is SSH, and then over here with other relevant concepts, I put there some example of some of the terminology that you might not understand or that is the first time that you heard about in the tutorial. So you're gonna do something similar to this. You can call it things that I don't understand or concepts that are important, or just like I did, other relevant concepts, and then you list them over here with the basic definition and its name in bold. Let me close this. Let me show you how it looks like in Markdown real quick. Remember that you have access to, sorry, I have VS Code already open. Remember that you have access to this example repository where you can look how things are supposed to look like. So if we go to Final Project and we click on deliverable1.md, here you're gonna see how the Markdown for my document looks like. Now, for these screenshots here, for these pictures of the logo, what I did was I Googled the logo of the application, and then I resized them to be, I think it's 100 pixel by 100 pixels. So I just Google an image resize tool, and I think I use this one, simple image resize. Yeah, I use this one over here. And let's say that Apache web server logo. I go to images and I pick something, let's say I'm gonna pick up this one, let's say, right? And I'm gonna save the image, just put it in the downloads folder. Then here in the image, in the simple image resizer, I click on select image, I put in the image here, and then in dimensions I set the width, which is 100 by 100 pixels, and then download this picture. Then I can put this picture, save image. That's a little bit small, so might as well do something a little bit bigger, like 200 pixels by 200 pixels. You get the idea of what I'm doing here. Now I'm gonna save image. I'm gonna call this Adobe logo, Apache logo. Let's make sure I'm renaming this correctly. And then I'm just gonna cut this and put it in my document here. Sorry, CIS106, Final Project, and then just paste that over here. And then you can use this image inside your Markdown file, and that's gonna make it look better. You know, putting those big images in your document just make your document look very, very ugly. It's just difficult to read too. So I suggest you resize your images accordingly. You know, this website is really useful for that, simpleImageResizer.com. I'm gonna make sure to include this URL in the video description and probably in the project page as well, so that you have access to this, so that you don't have to remember the URL. And yeah, that's about it. If you have any questions about the final project, Deliverable 1, let me know. There is gonna be a Dropbox in Blackboard for you to submit this Deliverable 1, and that's it. You can also watch the older video that has more detailed examples of me writing the Markdown if you feel that that's gonna help you. And yeah, if you have any questions, you know where to reach me.